welcome you watching the Business Today show with me, Sakshi Batra. First up, the top news we're tracking for you tonight. Computers and laptops may get slightly costlier as companies face more formalities after government restricts their imports. Availability could fall due to supply chain disruptions. Market snap 3-day losing streak. HDFC Bank, RIL, Infosys, TCS and Bharti Airtel lead the rally. PSU banks, autos and FMCG indices are the only ones to end in the red. Cipla jumps 3.5% on reports that the world's largest private equity fund, Blackstone, could buy the entire promoter stake. Deal could also trigger an open offer for 26% additional stake. Announcement likely next week. There are no ifs and buts about Foxconn's latest deal with Tamil Nadu, says the state's industries minister in an exclusive conversation with Business Today TV. Claims more big names coming to the southern state soon. First up, the top story we're tracking for you. Buying a new laptop or a personal computer might get expensive for buyers. The government has restricted the import of laptops, tablets, all-in-one personal computers and ultra-small form factor computers and servers. Companies will need a special license to import these products now. These regulations are effective immediately and will impact companies like Apple, Lenovo, Samsung, HP and Dell.
Till now, companies were free to import laptops by paying the respective custom duty, but the new rule mandates a special license for these products, similar to restrictions imposed in 2020 for inbound TV shipments. A Directorate General of Foreign Trade notification issued on Thursday makes the new restrictions effective immediately. What's not affected are computers being brought from overseas trips with baggage, computers for R&D and machines being used as capital goods. While government sources cite cyber and data security as the reasons for this move, the real reason may be to give Make in India a boost. The Production-Linked Incentive or PLI scheme has not yielded results in the sector, and it is believed the restrictions could push companies to manufacture locally in India. Interestingly, most of the computer imports are from China. According to Ministry of Commerce and Industry figures, overall computer imports have risen to $5.3 billion in financial year 2023, from $3.16 billion 4 years ago, touching a high of $7.37 billion in 2021 and 22. The share of imports from China in this has hovered around 75%, hitting a high of 77% last year. While the companies are non-committal on the financial impact of the restrictions, the increased formalities could lead to a slight price rise. All major computer brands like Apple, Lenovo, Samsung, HP, Dell, Acer and Asus import their machines from China, Mexico, Malaysia, Taiwan, Thailand and Vietnam, and reports say the bigger issue could be longer waiting periods due to supply chain disruptions. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
The June quarter proved to be an exciting one for Apple. The Cupertino tech giant not only opened its first 2 Apple stores in India with CEO Tim Cook spending a week in the country, but it also set a quarterly sales record driven by robust sales of iPhones. During the April to June quarterly call, Apple CEO Tim Cook said the growth had been in double digits and the company also owned stores which were beating expectations. He also added that the company was putting in more investments in the direct-to-consumer offers as well. According to an estimate, Apple is expected to capture a 7% market share by the end of this year, up from the current 5.5%. And now let's take a look at how the Sensex and the Nifty performed in today's trading action. The markets recovered slightly today after a big two-day plunge. The relief rally triggered by buying in select heavyweight sectors pushed the markets higher despite the muted global cues. Positive sentiments at Dalal Street allowed traders to buy the dips. For the day, the Sensex gained more than 481 points to settle the day at 65,721. The Nifty also surged 135 points to end the day at 19,517. Now, the top Nifty gainers in today's trade were Cipla, IndusInd Bank, Tech Mahindra and Wipro, also Bharti Airtel. The top laggards, on the other hand, were SBI, Bajaj Auto, BPCL, Maruti Suzuki and NTPC. And State Bank of India reported a whopping 178% year-on-year growth in net profit for the quarter ended June. The surge is on account of a low base due to huge mark-to-market loss in the corresponding quarter of the previous year. The country's largest lender reported a net profit of 16,884 crore rupees for the April to June quarter compared with 6,068 crore rupees a year ago. The net interest income of the bank rose 24.7% on year to 38,905 crore rupees, supported by a steady loan growth. However, the net interest income was down 3.7% on quarter due to a sharp moderation in the net interest margin.
The recent downgrade of the US by Fitch over various concerns of the country's finance and debt burden could trigger the bouts of financial volatility with the risk of reactions from the market. Against this backdrop, I would say that Indian economy continues to exhibit stronger than expected growth momentum, with robust domestic investment providing the necessary support amidst weaker external sector dynamics.
On to pharma space now. Cipla stock jumped more than 6% in the intraday trade today, hitting a new high amid buzz that the world's largest equity fund, Blackstone, could buy the entire promoter stake in the company. The Hamid family holds 33.47% stake in Cipla, and the entire could be bought by Blackstone, which will also have to make an open offer for 26% of public shareholding. The deal could materialize in the next few days should you take advantage and buy into the shares. I earlier spoke to G. Chokalingam, founder and MD of Economics Research, about this, and here's an excerpt of the conversation. Mr. Chokalingam, how do you view the news, and do you see the entry of this PE investor in Cipla as a positive? Do you believe the upcoming investor can actually fuel the company's growth to newer heights?
Certainly, one thing has happened in the last 7-8 years. If you see, wherever the PE funds have entered, they created more wealth. They entered JB Chemical and then the stock went up. They entered Emphasis, the stock multiplied. So there is a history of the PE funds working aggressively because they have large exposure across the world. They can they can give a proper guidance to scale up the business and improve the profitability. So therefore, if it happens, yes, it would be positive. But if you ask me whether one can rush to buy after the rally, I am very skeptical. Purely based on, again, the fundamentals. I believe that this positive news is in the price already. Those who are lucky, they may hold because it's a large pharma stock and, it's a defensive stock, so one can hold. But buying, I would not suggest, because if you decompose the business, roughly about 10,000 crore Indian business and 12,000 crore export business. And if you look at the recent acquisition, export business are valued at around 1.7 times enterprise value to sales. And if you look at even company like JB Chemical, which is into domestic branded formulation, or Aries Pharma, they are trading at around 7 to 8 times the branded sales. That is EV to branded sales. Now, if you decompose Cipla and I give 2 times export sales, even 7 times the domestic formulation sales, that sum comes to about 94,000 crore, and that is exactly around the current enterprise value of the company, market cap minus net cash. So I feel there's not much upside. On the other hand, by any chance the deal doesn't happen, then there is a risk also, because in terms of PE also slightly stretched valuation.
Tesla is finally getting serious about its entry into India, and a big proof is its massive office space that it has rented in one of the busiest areas of Pune. Tesla has entered into a 3-year lease agreement for 6,000 square feet office in the first floor of the B wing at the Panchsheel Tech Park in Yerwada. Now, India Today's Pankaj Kelkar filed this ground report from outside of this office.
So it's final. The news is out and in open domain. Electric vehicle giant Tesla is going to have its first office in India's Pune city. This is Pune's Yerwada area, and behind me you can see Panchsheel Tech Park. In this tech park in B wing, Tesla has leased out an office space of about 6,000 square feet. The space in Pune has been leased out for a period of 5 years with a rent of about rupees 11.65 lakh per month, with a clause of 5% hike every year. Now, this is the posh Panchsheel Tech Park, which is situated in Pune's Yerwada area. Tesla, once it starts its manufacturing unit in India, will have its first display office over here on the first floor, corporate office. On the ground floor, there will be a display section. So it's final that Tesla, the electric vehicle giant owned by Elon Musk, is having its first office in India's Pune city. With cameraman Gopal Harne, this is Pankaj Kelkar in Pune for India Today.
All right, then Tamil Nadu has also now been chosen by Foxconn as the state for a fresh investment of 1,600 crore rupees. The investment will go into building a mobile handset component plant in Kanchipuram. And there have, however, also been reports pushed by a news agency that the MOU had not actually been signed. India Today Group's Akshita Nandagopal caught up with Tamil Nadu Industries Minister TRB Raja to find the truth and also catch up on the state's semiconductor plants.
The big headline is of Foxconn coming together with the Tamil Nadu government, setting up in Kanchipuram, I understand. That is happening, yes, because there's a lot of back and forth on it.
It's a conglomerate. There are a lot of subsidiaries of Honai. So I think there was a small confusion with one of those reporters putting the mic to some other subsidiary and they're saying, what is this about? So they should have gone and asked the right Foxconn, the one which signed the MOU with the Tamil Nadu government. There was an LOI which is given, and they are coming for sure. And this investment is definitely coming into Chennai, into Tamil Nadu.
You know, you're focused a lot on electronics manufacturing. I think the government in large has. So with Foxconn coming in, how is it really a game changer for Tamil Nadu? Brings in a lot of jobs, of course, but overall also for your vision of making Tamil Nadu the #1 electronics manufacturing hub.
Not just for Fox has already been there, and many other leaders are already there in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is a leader in electronics exports today. We did 5.37 billion last year, and this is only going to go. You're going to see numbers zoom in the next year also, because new manufacturing capabilities are being built. A lot of new companies are also coming in. Apple components are coming in, I'm told. So there are a lot of action in the electronics segment in Tamil Nadu. You're going to see some brilliant numbers come up. We don't mind other states also taking investment. They should, cut short of saying that, it's going out of Tamil Nadu. No, nothing is going out of Tamil Nadu. There's more investment coming, and you'll see more big names coming in the very near future.
You made a mention, and I remember reading recently that you're saying you envision Tamil Nadu becoming the electronics manufacturing hub across Asia. And that's a, big ask. Do you see that happening in the next few years?
It's not a big ask. It's not a big ask given the infrastructure that's already in place, the talent that we produce in Tamil Nadu. We have some of the highest numbers. We have the highest number of engineers coming out of colleges in Tamil Nadu. We lead the nation in a lot of numbers, right? And having these innate capabilities already built in, I don't think it's going to be a very tough job, especially under the able leadership of our Chief Minister. We're going to see some amazing numbers very soon. So I'm very confident that we can reach our goals, and especially the goal of our Chief Minister, which is a $1 trillion economy.
Electronics manufacturing tick. What about semiconductors? Is that next for Tamil Nadu? Are you going to pip Gujarat?
Okay, semicon, you know how the PLI works, and Tamil Nadu is not a very desperate state. Okay? That is something which I keep repeating in most of my interviews. We want to make sure that whatever we incentivize results in proper jobs for our people. Jobs are key. It's not the number of investment or whatever that comes through. It's the jobs. It's the jobs that are needed by our people. The jobs that are suited for our people. That is what we are after. Yes, semiconductor is a big step. And fabs are not really easy to get into. It's a very, very niche area. But we are particular, and I think the infrastructure is already in place. So I'm sure the investment will definitely come through when the people, when industry assesses the existing infrastructure. Tamil Nadu will definitely come up top.
An online travel portal, Ease My Trip, has further strengthened its position in the market by purchasing majority stake in the 3 travel companies. The listed company will buy 51% stake each in Guideline Travel Holidays, Duke Travels and Trip Shop Travel Technologies. The deals will not only broaden Ease My Trip's market in the country, but also broaden its reach in the West, Asia and CIS countries. My colleague Karishma Sudani also spoke to Prashant Pitti, the co-founder of Ease My Trip Planners, and here's an excerpt.
How do you see this decision of other airlines of increasing this fleet? I mean, what has gone down with Govt is one of the reasons why Air India, Vistara or even Indigo have been on a spree, more of an opportunity to increase the aircraft in respective. It's a mega order also by Air India of close to 470 aircraft. How do you see this?
No, I mean, as I said, that this is a testimony to what is expected from Indian skies. It's a testimony to what is to be expected. I see that, in the last few months, there have been some turbulence. But I believe that, if people play their cards well, even these turbulence can be dealt very well. And, companies should come out of with flying colors.
Great. Do you see the whole issue about higher airfares to have surpassed? Do you think the airfares are at a better position now?
Well, of course, the summer season just ended, right? As we speak right now. Now, I believe that in the month of August, September, usually airfares get better, which is basically incentivizing them to travel more. And hence, I believe that August, September, October months are going to be seeing a lower airfare.
Is that what you're telling for the domestic sector?
That is pretty much for the domestic sector. That is correct.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that with us. A lot of travel trends. How do you see the summer traveling has been on a domestic and an international scale for Indians?
Well, international travel grew much, much faster than domestic, but that was anyways expected. Post-pandemic, there was a lot of built-up demand. And last year, there was a lot of visa-related issues, which was still there, but not to the same extent of what we saw last year.
That's it for today's show. Thank you so much for watching.